and it's kind of en route to hit that. It is moving a little. That's good. Ooh. So guys, ever since I bought my Tesla Model 3, I opted for just normal autopilot because that's what was included for free. If you want to upgrade to full self-driving, it's a $6,000 add-on. I've been thinking month after month after month if I really want to get it. For the heck of it, I was bored one day. I posted on Twitter. I said if this post gets 1,000 likes, I will upgrade to full self-driving. Honestly, thinking maybe it'll get 100 or 200 likes. It will kind of keep me in check. Like if it gets more, I'll have to do it. And it got more than 1,000 likes. It got like 1,800. So I'm a man of my word. I didn't want a scandal and people saying I'm a liar. So I actually did purchase full self-driving. I posted that tweet one night. The next day I woke up to it over 1,000 likes. I literally purchased the full self-driving upgrade as I was using the bathroom getting ready for work. I have heard that the full self-driving upgrade takes a little bit to get to your car, but honestly, from the moment I bought it to the time I got ready for work, everything was already on my car. I could utilize the auto lane change, I could utilize summon, smart summon, all of that good stuff. I was really impressed about how quick it was. You literally just go into your Tesla account to purchase it. So little did I know a single tweet would cost me $6,000. It's not like I had no interest at all to purchase full self-driving, but it literally did just kind of give me that push to just go ahead and do it. Like I had no reason there to back out. And for you guys that are kind of curious about like how YouTube works and money and all that, for me to earn the $6,000 I spent on full self-driving back, this video alone would have to get about 1.25 million views if my CPM is good. So is this video going to get that many views? No. But I would really appreciate the support. If you hit that like button, make a comment, and subscribe. It just makes the video look better in YouTube's eyes. Will help this video just get more traction. So it's really appreciated there. So what does full self-driving get you? Now, keep in mind, I'm speaking for myself. So my Tesla only had autopilot. If your car has enhanced autopilot, which is a legacy upgrade that Tesla used to offer, enhanced autopilot basically offers everything that full self-driving has right now. So if you have enhanced autopilot, the upgrade to full self-driving may take some other considerations. But for me, I only had autopilot, so the upgrade to full self-driving was kind of a no-brainer. I was getting very tired of taking long road trips on the highway, utilizing the auto steer and the adaptive cruise control. But when I want to change lanes, I have to put on my turn signal and move over manually. Like, that really ruins the experience. So the feature of auto lane change in the full self-driving add-on is like a genius move by Elon Musk, because if he put that in just the normal autopilot, I don't think a lot of people would upgrade to full self-driving right now. So that brings me to the next feature, navigate on autopilot. So basically that's just auto lane change on steroids. So when you go on the interstate and turn on navigate on autopilot, it will take you to your exit, which is pretty cool. So it will kind of stay in the slow lane if you're keeping up with traffic. If traffic in the slow lane slows down too much, it will automatically go around them with your confirmation, or not if you have that turned on or off. And then it will get kind of back into the slow lane once you've passed everybody. And then in theory too, it will get over as your exit's coming up. Sometimes it's good, sometimes it's bad. That's kind of like why I just like doing the automatic lane change myself. But it is one more step to like actual full self-driving. And then two, I noticed when you get close to your exit, it will take the exit for you. But for me in Florida, the speed limit is 70 miles an hour. I typically go about 80. So when I get to the exit, I really don't slow down much until like I'm actually off the highway. With this, at least with my exits I was taking, the Tesla would slow down before it would even get to the exit. So typically what I like to do is just take over a little bit before the exit, just for a better experience for me. And if I have a passenger, it will kind of freak them out way less. Now, two other great features with full self-driving. Keep in mind these features are also on enhanced autopilot if you have that. For me, I didn't, so I got these for the first time. Summon and smart summon. Summon's been out for a while. Typically, what people use that for is just to bring their car in and out of their garage. You can bring it in and out of tight parking spots. If your car was parked in a puddle, you could summon it out to help you get in your car without getting your shoes wet. The feature depends on your lifestyle, but I don't think I would use that much. It is really cool. But if you want to hear cool, Smart Summon is definitely like next level. Like that is a really cool party trick. And I say party trick because I don't really think it's ready for like going to a busy mall or school or whatever, or grocery store and just having it come get you. So we're going to transition to me at an empty parking lot right now. We're going to test it out. So guys, I have my Tesla Model 3 parked right over there. I'm going to try out Smart Summon today. It has a few roadblocks it's going to go through. A few little issues I can see. There's some curbs, there's a cone right there. But it looks like a pretty simple route. So what I'm going to do is just hold down Go to Target on my phone, and it's going to start my car up. So right now it's backing up by itself, and I have to hold down the button the whole time so I can monitor it. So if I ever see that there's an issue, I literally just let go of the button on my phone. But it's very important that you pay attention the whole time because you never really know. It is like a beta feature. So as it's coming up here, the biggest things I would worry about would be the curb and those two little metal bars. Like that would not be fun if it scraped against those. And you can see it turned a little bit, but it definitely leveled itself out. It stops right at the intersection to check for cars. And now it's turning. It's still going. And it is pausing right up here as well, where there's another little intersection. It basically checks for cars. And according to my app, I'm a little bit out of the radius, so I have to just walk a little bit to fix that. But it's coming around. It's staying on the correct side of the road pretty much. I wish it would get over a little bit because as of right now, it's kind of on track to hit the cone. I do have to adjust the target on my app because it was kind of stuck more on the other side. I think honestly like the GPS is getting messed up because I'm right by all this metal stuff. And I don't really trust this, so I'm gonna actually get a better look to see what it's doing. But it actually navigated that pretty well. So I have it coming again. It's kind of going back in its lane, which is good. You just have to really pay attention to the target because you kind of draw where it's going to go. And if you draw it on the wrong side, it will go there. But it's obeying the lines pretty good. I'm not really sure if I would trust this with a lot of people. And it's kind of en route to hit that. It is moving a little. That's good. Ooh, that kind of scared me right there. So I'm not really sure if it would correct itself. That would have probably been pretty bad. Like, that's pretty solid. It still wants to try to come over here. Yeah, that's the only thing. Like with Smart Summon, it will like recognize curbs and stuff, but if there's something like that in the road, I really don't think it's gonna notice it. So that's what kind of freaks me out the most right now. It says there's a road right here, which I think is like a glitch on the map, but either way, it doesn't let you cross roads. So I think that's going to be an issue. Okay, so this Smart Summon is a little interesting because the radius of the vehicle is, I believe it's like 200 feet it can go. So it's gonna actually go outside the radius to get to us. So if we try that, we're gonna run into an issue. So it's gonna literally stop at some point if it's too far away from us. Oh my God, that's that public road right there. So I forgot about that. So it won't cross that public road again, which is right there. So I'm gonna have to literally go to my car again to move it. So like this is the roadblock right there. So it won't really drive over here at all. And I'm not sure it's because you can't go this way, it's to prevent that. I'm not really sure the exact reason. And you can watch the radius of the vehicle. It's going to run into an issue up here. But the circle is changing as it's moving. So actually we might be good, but we're gonna get pretty close to that circle. I might have to walk forward a little bit for it to continue. Yeah. It's still going. I'm outside the circle. And it says move closer to your vehicle. So I literally have to go closer. And it says summon is stopping. So this would kind of be an awkward situation if there's traffic everywhere. You gotta kind of figure out what's going on. And again, like, you really have to watch that line on how it's gonna get to you. So I'm doing it one more time. I'm pretty confident right here, like it does great in this intersection. I mean, it's slightly slow, but you want it to be cautious if there's any cars or pedestrians coming. And I'm monitoring the screen to make sure it's not going to turn down the wrong way. But I mean, a real person really wouldn't have stopped right there if there wasn't another car. So that's a limitation I notice. And I'm monitoring the app to make sure it's going to be on the right side of the road. So I'm going to try to correct it a little bit. Like I'm going to move the drop point over a little bit if I can to see if it corrects itself so it doesn't hit this cone. And it looks like it is doing that a little bit, so you kind of got to make sure it knows where to go. But it's coming back to hit this cone. Yeah, nope. So that's a problem there. Let's stand it up just to see if it does anything. To see if that fixes it. It is kind of close, so I'm not sure how fast it's going to react. You can see it's freaking out. Okay. I mean, that's really dangerous if that scraped my car like that metal sign. But that does prove that stuff that's higher up isn't a problem if it's laying down. And I'm going to see what it does when it gets right here. It's moving, so that's good. So guys, that's really all I can say about the summon feature. It is pretty cool, but it is honestly like a party trick right now. It would be a lot more beneficial, if it was raining and nobody was here. If I was, picking up my kid from school, I would not do this at all because you're gonna have kids crossing the street, you're gonna have cars, and just the fact that it pauses a lot, it can get glitchy, it can kind of go into the wrong lane. It's just definitely a beta feature right now. It is definitely cool. It's definitely cool to play around with, but I don't really know if I would use it in a real world scenario quite yet. So, what'd you think about that? I mean, it's a pretty crazy experience, and especially it's really fun to show new people that haven't seen it before. But I was doing this in a school on a Saturday, so no one was there. But just imagine the school in the morning, parents coming and going, kids walking around. Some of the spots would freak me out, and it would kind of just make you look really stupid in front of people. So definitely use Smart Summon when you determine that the time is right. Honestly, one of the best times would just be in the rain. And when I say in the rain, I mean like the rain in like an empty parking lot. Like maybe you're leaving your hotel room or something and you need to get your car. Like that's typically like a lower traffic location. If it's raining and you're at like a busy grocery store or a busy shopping mall, I just wouldn't feel comfortable. But that's just me. I mean, people have different levels of comfortability with their car and what it's capable of. And another feature that you get with full self-driving is auto park, which I'm going to be completely honest with you, I'm not even going to cover that. So honestly, I just don't use that feature at all. It just doesn't provide any value to me. I can perfectly park my car just fine. It has tons of sensors. You can see a visualization of as you're parking. It has a backup camera. I think the Tesla allows me to park with complete accuracy all the time, whereas the auto parking can be kind of jerky. So we're kind of coming back. Is full self-driving worth it right now in 2019? So basically it's going to be two different groups of people. The group I'm in, if you have Autopilot, and the group that has enhanced Autopilot. If you have an enhanced Autopilot, it's just a very simple comment. Elon Musk is offering the full self-driving add-on if you have enhanced Autopilot for $3,000. Paying the $3,000 right now gets you really nothing else other than a guaranteed install of the hardware 3, which is what is going to make these cars more autonomous over time. Later this year, it has been promised that we're going to get stop sign and stoplight recognition and eventually like navigate an autopilot on city streets. And that's going to be a full self-driving exclusive feature. And then every feature after that most likely is going to be full self-driving. So if you have enhanced Autopilot right now, you're basically just kind of investing in the future and hoping that the price of full self-driving just keeps going up and up and up and never just comes down like it has done in the past before. If you're like me and you only have Autopilot, which includes auto steer and adaptive cruise control, I think it's way worth it, literally for the feature of auto lane change. It sounds so stupid, but auto lane change just fits with Autopilot so well. Like even if you're not doing navigate and Autopilot, if you're just on a normal street with 2 lanes and you need to get over, tapping the turn signal is so much more intuitive than having to jerk your wheel a little bit to get out of auto steer, to change lanes, to then turn back Autopilot back on. It just ruins the experience. I really have no problem paying $6,000 to get the auto lane change, which just kind of pulls Autopilot full circle. It's just a bonus that in the future we're going to get more features. Navigate and Autopilot is great, and that's going to get better in the future. I'm sure it's going to go to where it will take your exit and then drive right to your location. It's just a matter of time. There are people, though, that are convinced that like absolute full self-driving, where you could just go to sleep, may not be capable in the current hardware setup. With all the cameras and the sensors, there may be something else that needs to be involved. It maybe could be retrofitted in the future, or it could be like the original Tesla Model S that has Autopilot 1. They're kind of screwed and can't get any of the latest features. You giving $6,000 to Tesla right now does get you some features, but part of that money is literally just like a gamble on what's to come. There's no guarantee. And also too, with just me being a YouTube channel and me wanting to experience the latest and greatest tech on this car, it's just a no-brainer. It's a very painful experience to spend $6,000 when you think that the car I'm parked next to, my 2012 Volkswagen Beetle, the resale value of that is like $6,000, $7,000 right now. So we literally spent the amount of money that you could get on a decent used car. But can we also discuss that Tesla is insane with the way they do their hardware and software? Like, this car constantly gets software updates. I was able to purchase better features just with a click of a button. Like, that's crazy. If I had any other car and I bought like the base model and 6 months down the road I decided I wanted the premium model of that car, unless you know how to retrofit all those features into it yourself, you would have to trade in your car and get the premium one. And typically that's going to result in you taking a hit in depreciation, especially if you bought the car brand new. So I love Tesla's mindset of being able to just like give you all the hardware required for what's to come, and then you can just pay to unlock the features that you want. It's great. The latest software upgrade to version 10, it added a suite of features. We have Netflix, we have Spotify, we have more games. The visualizations look way better when you're driving. So that upgrade alone gave me the confidence that Tesla is going to take care of the people that purchase full self-driving. And it's going to be pretty soon where everyone's going to be upgrading to full self-driving because the features coming out are going to require it. It's just a matter of time. End of the year, end of next year, end of the year after, who really knows. Get the name full self-driving out of your head. I would say think of it as an upgrade that allows you to get cool features that progress us to full self-driving. I would honestly be really surprised if this car could do like the robo-taxi feature where it can drive around and pick up people. Like, that seems pretty crazy. So guys, also keep in mind, if you're on a road that has no lines at all, you can't put on an auto steer. So as good as full self-driving is right now, and Autopilot is right now, if there's no lines on the road, the car is useless in an autonomous standpoint. You definitely have to, you know, control it yourself the old-fashioned way. I'm not really sure how they're going to overcome that objection there in the future. And another interesting tidbit just to think about is when you purchase full self-driving on your car, it does increase the value of it. But say you totaled your car right now, that full self-driving would not be transferable to a new Tesla if you bought one. Now, in theory, you would be able to claim that on your insurance, but I question how insurance companies would respond to that. Are they going to depreciate the full self-driving over time? Even though Elon Musk says the value of full self-driving is going up. So say I purchase full self-driving right now for $6,000. Let's just say in 4 years, I wreck this vehicle and Tesla is selling full self-driving for $20,000. Is the insurance company going to recognize that increase? So if I want to replace the vehicle with something equivalent, it would be an older Tesla at that point, but it should still have full self-driving. So I would either have to find a used Tesla, which maybe the value is higher if it has full self-driving. But say, for example, if I buy one or find one that I like without full self-driving and I have to add the upgrade later, well, I have to pay $20,000 to add it at that time just because I wrecked this car. It seems like a lot of different things to think about. Tesla has their own insurance, so they might be more cognizant of that than other insurance companies, but it'll be definitely interesting to see how all this plays out in the future. All right, guys, I think that's pretty much it. I don't really have anything else to say about that. It's the $6,000. One final thing, is it worth it? Sometimes I really get heart palpitations over purchasing it just for the features I mentioned about, but I'm really just excited about the future. Once the $6,000 purchase is behind me, I'll feel a lot better. Like, I love it. It's just really going to just keep getting better over time. All right, guys, have a great day. See you later. Bye.